Hi guys, Dinner Lady here. Right, so today I'm going to be making a pie. Excuse me. When me and Ian came back off holiday, really fancied a roast chicken. So we got a roast chicken. Too tired to actually eat it, to be perfectly honest. We had bits and pieces of it. So there's a lot of chicken left over. So I've decided to do a chicken curry pie. Because normally with leftover chicken, we would make a curry with it. But I've decided I'm going to make a chicken curry pie. So I'll bring you down and I'll show you what I've got. So there's the leftover roast chicken. As you can see, we didn't actually have much of it anyway. I'm just going to be using this Chinese curry sauce because it's what I've got in the cupboard. I'm going to use an onion and I've got some frozen peas, and that's going to be the filling for it. And I'm going to do some short crust pastry on the bottom. So I've got some plain flour. I'm going to use 200 grams of plain flour. I'm going to use 50 grams of lard and 50 grams of butter. And that's just going to be for the bottom crust. And I'm going to use some ready rolled puff pastry for the top, just because I do like that contrast in a pie. Got some water as well there to go to bring together the pastry. So the first thing I'm going to do is chop my onion and get that on to sweat down. Right, so I've done the first half. I'm just going to do the second half. Do want it pretty fine. Just put it that way, watch your fingers. I've got the pan warming up. Well, I'm just going to be using the wok for this, to be honest. And I'll get that in. Oh, sorry. And then the next thing we're going to do is take the chicken off the bone. Right, so the next thing to tackle is the chicken. I've got me meat board out. Change it over from the other one. And I know this doesn't look pretty, but I mean, there's a lot of meat still left on here. I am going to try and keep it all into this pan. If you're wondering what that is, it's some roast garlic that we had with the chicken. Also put a part baked baguette underneath the chicken as well, and we ate them like croutons. So I don't want the skin. I'm just going to take the skin off and just peel it off. We do want big chunks, we don't want it all shredded or anything like that. I'll just do this. Obviously keep all of the bones. Take the skin off there. But all that jelly and everything, we want to keep all of that. That's all flavour. So I'm just gonna, that's why I want to put it straight back into here. So we can use all the flavourings and everything from in here as well. You see, just pull it off. It's lovely for a chicken pie. Ordinary chicken and mushroom, chicken and sweet corn. Like I say, we normally just do an ordinary curry with it afterwards, but I thought about doing something different. And I'll take off the wings, strip them down, and then just put your fingers in down the backbone, and we'll take all of these bits of chicken off here as well. So I'll carry on doing that because you don't want to be watching me do this for the next 10 minutes, and then I'll come back when it's all done. Right, so that's the chicken all done. All of the carcass and everything has been bagged up, and I've put that in the freezer. So I'm just going to put this to one side, clean down, and we'll get over to the stove. Right, so I've got the kettle on to do that, but as you know, what I like to do is I like to do this in cold water first. I'm going to use about that much for now. I don't want it too juicy, if you know what I mean, or wet, so because it's going into the pie, you do want it a bit more concentrated. So we'll just do this until it takes on water, and then it can go into the pan and it won't get any lumps. Just keep going like that, and a bit more water if you need it at this age. What I want is, I want this filling to cool down, and then after I've finished the filling, I'm going to do the pastry, and the filling could be cooling down while the pastry's chilling in the fridge. So it's just so easy. Just keep going with that. That's it. Doesn't take long. You see the bits that haven't been mixed in yet. Like them ones on the side. A little bit more water. It's just the jug that I had the water in for my pastry, to be honest. I thought, well, I've got it there, might as well use it. Right. So that's that done. Now we're going to go over to the hob. Right, so as you can see, these have just been going. Got a little tinge of colour on them, but they're nice and soft. First thing I'm going to do is put in the frozen peas. Get them warmed up a little bit. Takes seconds to defrost these. There we go. I'm going to get rid of that for now. Get the spatula. What I'll do is I'll put the paste in. That to one side. Get the paste off here first. Spoon. And we'll get the rest of the paste out of here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add water, hot water this time, just bits at a time, and we'll get it all mixed in. Just find if you make it into a looser paste at the beginning, it just makes it so much easier at this point. Turn the heat up a bit. So obviously we're adding peas and the cold paste in there. The temperature in here has come right down. And instantly feels thickened. Keep doing it until you get the consistency. Like I say, I have got all the chicken to go in yet. But I'm not going to put that in until this filling's cool. Because that would be heating the chicken up again and then heating it up again in the pan. In the pie, and that's not a good idea with chicken. I mean, if I was actually just having it as a curry, I'd put it straight in here now. I think it could do with a little, turn that down again, come up. A little bit more water. Because when you put the chicken in, it's going to thicken anyway. So, there we go. So, I'm just going to leave that to cool. Turn it off. Once that's cooled, we'll add the chicken. And while that's cooling down, I'll make the pastry. So in here, I've got me 200 grams of flour. You've seen me do this pastry so many times. But if you're new here, then that's that. Pastry goes in. 50 grams of lard, 50 grams of butter. Always half fat to flour when you're doing pastry. Put that in. Do a little pinch of salt because the butter that I've got is unsalted. I'll put the lid on. Look, still see biggish bits in there. That's perfect. You can do this by hand, like I've said before. So I'm just going to... just keep adding it until it all starts coming together. It's all started there, a little bit more. It's even put itself into a bowl. What I'll do is I'll get it out, cling film it and put it in the fridge. And then when this is chilled down and the mix is chilled down, we'll come back and we'll make the pie. Right, so that's cold now. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to add all of this chicken in there and the juices that's there from when I cooked it. Get it all in there. I just use this. Oh, I wish I could smell it. I'm just going to carry on until it's all mixed in. Every bit of chicken's got some of the curry on. It's still quite moist, as you can hear. And it will go more liquidy once it warms up inside the pie. Right, so it's just about time that I get my shortcrust pastry out and we'll start rolling that one out first. Right, so I've put some flour on the board. Now I've got 3 of these pie dishes and I've already greased them. So they're just ready to go. I've set the oven at 180. And that's just warming up nicely while we're going to be doing this. I thought I had 4 pie tins, but I haven't. I've only got 3. So if there's any mixture left over, what I'll do is I'll just pop it in the fridge and maybe do it with a jacket potato or something tomorrow. Just make sure you've got some on there. And then we'll just give this a roll. Turn it over just to make sure that it's well floured. Right, so I'm just going to carry on rolling this out until it's big enough. Right, so I've rolled that out nicely. So I'm just going to fill one to show you and then I'm going to do the others. I'll probably have to re-roll this out. So I'm just going to have that like that. And then pop it in. Because these are deep. Easier, I find, to fold it to put it in. Here we go. Tuck it in as normal. Just tuck it down. Push it in. I'm just going to make sure it's all in the base and I can sort the sides and the top out after that. Right, so that's folded, doesn't make any difference whatsoever, and that is as well. Take a bit of this, put a bit over here. Ian's got a bit of a tickly cough, as you can possibly hear.
Sorry, I apologise.
Can't help it if you need a cough. Right, so I'm just going to do the other 2. Right, so I've got all of those done. All 3 of those are all done. I'm just going to get the puff pastry out. I think this is already rolled. Ready rolled, yeah, so this is going to be even easier, isn't it? Get this out. I have had it out of the fridge for a little while because you do tend to find if it's too cold it cracks. If it's too soft it'll just stick. So, right, let's have a look. Get one there, definitely. So I'm just going to cut this straight down there. Give it. I will use these leftovers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all 3 first, and then that there. That's the lid. I'll just roll this out a bit more. Just go straight down the middle for this. That's if I could cut straight. Yeah, perfect. So it'll just be that and the trimmings off this that's left over. Right, so I'm going to just take this off a minute, so I can roll that into there for now and move it out of the way. So first one, move them over there. We'll get our curry back out. Probably be best off with a spoon. And we're going to fill them. Now, no messing with this. Make sure you've got lots and lots of filling in. If you're going to have a pie, you might as well have a pie.
I'm going to argue with that.
This, just to get that bit off. Push it right down. Get even more in there, you see. More like that. Move that back out of the way a second. This off there. Push it right down. I've got a tray warming up in the oven as well, just so you get the blast of heat from underneath straight away. So I've got some egg wash here, just to go around the edges. And then we'll pop a puff pastry lid on the top and press it down. And I'm just going to use the end of this because I'm already using it. Hard on that one, I think. See, if you've got any leftovers of either, I could make a little pasty out of it. Freeze the pastry. And use it for something else. So I'm just, oh, sorry, didn't mean that. There we go. Egg wash this. And then we can put a couple of little air holes in. Right, so I'm going to do the other two and then I'll come back. Right, that's all three of them done. Oven's up to temperature. I'm going to put them in for about 25 to 30 minutes. So we'll come back, I'll have a clean down and I'll come back when they're done. Right, I'm just about to take them out of the oven, but I just wanted to show you how much is left. Absolutely nothing. Make a sandwich, like I say, put it on a jacket potato. You could do endless things with that, but if you just give us 2 minutes, I'll get the pies out and we can have a look at them. Right, so that's them out of the oven. They've had 27 minutes. So these are going to be red hot. So I'm just going to leave them in here probably 10-15 minutes. Then we'll open them up and we'll have a look at them. Right, I've gotten them all out of the cases, as you can see. All lovely and crispy, all the way around. And the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut one in half. Let's have a little look. Crispy pastry.
Pastry on the top.
Oh. There we have it. Chicken curry pie. So what I'm going to do is take a couple of photographs and then we'll get on with Ian having a taste.
Look at those. Perfect. Hey up guys. Right, so look at that, that's what you call a pie, look at that. Look at that. That's what you call a filled pie. I don't need no weapons, I know it's still warm, I'm just going to have a taste. Whoa. This is one of my favourite pies, this, I must be honest. Mine's lovely homemade pastry at the bottom and the short bought puff pastry. You get that contrast in pastries, but the filling is your chicken curry, basically, that we make with the, is it the Make-Way or whatever it's called?
It was the
Mayflower or whatever. Goldfish
one, I think.
Yeah, they're all the same, but look at that. It's absolutely delicious.
And flaky.
And hot. Oh. What is not to like about that? Obviously, if you don't want it as hot, just let it cool down a little bit first.
Yeah.
Because that is a bit over hot. But absolutely delicious. Sort of homemade, apart from the topping. Perfect. So if you liked it, I'd definitely try that. Give this a thumbs up. And the hype as well, I keep forgetting about the hype thing. And we'd like to thank you all for all your lovely recipe ideas and all your lovely comments.
Your total support is just
everything, yeah.
unbelievable.
All that you do for us. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so, because it really does help us. And again, check sometimes, because YouTube has got a bad habit apparently of you think you're subscribed but then you're not.
Yeah, my son says
So
he hasn't been getting the notifications.
Yeah. So just double check if you can. But anyway, we appreciate everything that you do for us. So I'm going to finish that off now. Sit down, finish this off, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
Thank you very much.
See you soon, guys.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.